All right, guys. So today we're doing our first public session. We are at a park where, again, it's pretty quiet just because it's, mid-afternoon. Kids are probably at schools, camps, all those sorts of things. But again, today is just to really get him used to being out here in a public space in a controlled way, right? Again, he's been out in public many, many times, right? Yeah, we don't know how long he was out roaming around and just doing his own things. But again, that is the key point, doing his own thing. Now it is time for him to understand that all of the stuff that we taught him last week with the place, the down, the here, the come, all those expectations and boundaries, it follows through out here as well. So today is just one of those days where, again, I like to make these sessions nice, short, sweet, simple. This is his only job. We might do a little bit of active stuff, right? Going into that heel, again, I love using like playground, stuff like that, just to build confidence in dogs. But really, I just like to get them out exposed into a less stimulating area. So this morning, Little Bear and Churro went out to Black Rifle. That's because I felt like they needed that more. They're a lot more anxious. They need the people interaction or to see people, vehicles, all those sorts of things. Where again, this guy's pretty neutral. So instead, I want to teach him how to be out here in these areas where normally I would let him have pretty good free range, or just like, let's do some off-leash stuff, which we're going to do in around week 2, week 3. And instead, we're coming in here with some control at first. That way he can earn those responsibilities. So again, I'm just allowing him to settle here, relax. He's a little bit stressed out just because, again, what does he normally want to do when he comes out here, what he's used to? He wants to get off. He wants to roam around. He wants to play. And instead, I'm like, hey, we're not playing right now. You're going to go to your bed and you're just going to lay there and relax. All right, dude? While I make these videos. And while hopefully, again, usually this pool is packed, which is why we came here. But it's not, and that's fine. But hopefully it kind of gets that way. And we're just going to let him settle. So again, my biggest thing when we are doing these public sessions is to get out of the dog's bubble, right? I want to be able to build confidence and security in a dog when they're by themselves. Because again, when you guys are in the house and he's placing in a different room, or when you guys have to step away, I don't want him to immediately just start looking around, freaking out like, oh, what's going on? What's happening? I want him to be secured, right? Again, I told him, go over there, place, lay down. That's your job. Well, meanwhile, I can walk around here and I can kind of do what I've been doing. And again, we've been kind of doing this for the past 20, 30 minutes because this is the important part, is that every dog is going to have somewhat more confidence when the owner's on a leash, right? It's 2-on-1 where, they feel a lot more secure, but I want to get rid of any sort of separation anxiety that could possibly happen. I want him to understand that, cool, even when Jeff tells me to place, because again, there's going to be times where I'm out here with all 3 dogs and he's going to be on his bed while I'm working Churro, or he's going to be on his bed while I'm working Bear or something like that. I'm going to be, across the field somewhere where they're working the dogs, or even at a different park or different place. He has to understand, okay, just because Jeff walked away or just because mom and dad walks away does not mean that I get to abandon my post per se. I just have to sit here and just relax. And again, this is how we can be proactive and always take advantage of these small moments, because I don't want to just always place him somewhere and be sitting 5 feet away from him and then hope and pray to God that he's going to listen, that he's going to stay on that place bed while I go do something else. It's like, no, we're going to practice where there isn't a lot of stimulus, right? There isn't a bunch going on there. I'm not working with other dogs. And now it's like, dang it, I got to reset him while I have, Churro doing his thing. And okay, now Little Bear just got off, and it can just become a really big commotion where I can really start, working him like this and just allowing him to settle a little bit more. So now that he's up, we'll just go ahead and see what he's doing real quick. There we go. So he's always looking at is, okay, cool, he's scratching. But I want to see if he was going to reset himself and just lay back down, or if he was going to get, if that scratch was going to force him. Okay, going down on his scooter over there. If that scratch is going to force him to want to get up and actually escape, in which he stands up again. And we're just going to allow him to just settle. So again, we've been out here for probably about an hour or so, just kind of just waiting for everyone to show up. And probably been about an hour and a half. Just walking around, moved him from over in this area to over in that area after doing some active stuff, just because, again, the sun kind of came out over here, so I didn't want him to be too hot, even though he's relatively probably used to it, being out at Bernie Lake in, the summers. But again, he's crushing it right now. He's understanding how to kind of just be nice and calm And of course, we're gonna do some follow stuff as we start walking around. But again, it's just super important that we teach our dogs how to relax, because as we saw even at his training yesterday, and I see every day, he has the energy. We don't have to teach him how to go up and have energy. We want him to be able to relax, and that way you guys aren't dealing with a potential 80-pound dog just jumping on you and getting the zoomies and doing all those sorts of things when we're not asking for it. Right? Everything is kind of, we want to ask and we want him to understand there's boundaries. But it's getting warm, so we're about to start heading back, and then that's where we're going to start filming a little bit more of the active stuff. But again, today was just being proactive, was just understanding what kind of dog we're dealing with, how to game plan appropriately, how to make sure that we are setting him and ourselves up for success. And with him being out here in public is probably one of, and just this first day, because again, tomorrow we're going to do a lot more active. We're going to go to Home Depot or Lowe's tomorrow. Got some squirrels running over here. And that's where we're going to walk around. But I like to keep these ones nice, easy, simple. That way we can start off on a good note and not try and, not making positive thing a negative thing with just a silly mistake. So walking around back to the truck. Again, this is where we want them, right? No, follow. And remember, we're going to micromanage, because again, no matter how slow you're walking or how fast you're walking, he doesn't get to dictate the speed. I want him saying nice, calm, follow. Good. Nice, relaxed, where we can just allow him just to understand that, cool. Even though he might want to rush back so he can get some water, get in the shade, get in the nice AC, we're moving. We're moving nice and slow, regardless of where we're at. He's a good boy, Wolfie.